Well, good morning, everyone. How is everyone this fine Tuesday morning? Well, I think we've got that set up there. We've got that there. Well, it looks like, oh, there's Alex. All right. Well, it looks like we are up and running.
Off to the races.
We
What's
are
going on?
off to the races. Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm well. I'm just making sure that I got everything buttoned up on my end. I think I do.
Just don't push any buttons or cut any wires.
Yeah, well, no promises at this point. History proves that to be true. All right. Well, let's see here. We have got, let's see. Yeah. Do you see Dave and James?
One button at a time, sir. I'm on it.
Okay, cool. All righty. So let's see here. Okay, that's going there. That one's there. All right, we're good. Well, good morning, Dave. Good morning, James.
Good morning.
Are you mobile still?
I am always mobile, sir.
Well, I mean, are you on your road trip still?
Yeah, I'm down in Arkansas.
Oh, Arkansas. I actually have friends in Arkansas.
You done blown right past me, dude.
Man.
I actually have friends in Arkansas, known for years. Yeah.
Yep.
What's the weather like
it's
over there?
Fun.
Cold.
Well, last night it got a little chilly, and it rained like crazy, and I was thinking that we were going to probably have some freezing rain, but it turned out not to be so bad.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's sunny and a balmy 26 degrees here.
Oh, 26. Burr. It was 48 on my way to the gym this morning, and I was crying just about. 48.
Crying.
Well, you know what? I'm being sarcastic, or I'm using dramatic influence, James. Morning, Dave.
Okay.
Morning, Dave.
Can't hear.
Oh, there you are. Are you pushing buttons too, Dave?
Morning, guys. I have no idea what's going on my phone.
Well,
His internet's on the hook
it
again.
may be time to get a new phone, Dave. What do you think? Oh, I think we lost him. Or I pissed him off. I'm not sure which.
Hold off.
He'll get over
Yeah, I
it.
know he will. All right, well, let me say some good mornings here. All right, let's see. Who do we have? Mary Lise Brown is here. Rick Sr. Good morning, Rick. Jan loving being grandma. Vicky Veronic is here as well. Welcome in. Kevin Kiesler, Gary Murphy. Traveler is here. Joy and Wendy from Memphis. Beaver from Colorado Springs. Good morning, Beaver. Ego from Iowa. Jan loving being grandma said, what part of Arkansas, James?
Pine Bluff.
Pine Bluff. Have no idea where that is.
It's not too far from Stuttgart.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes absolutely no reference for me at all. Let's see here. Rick Sr. said it is raining in Virginia. Sherry from East Tennessee is here. PJ Party Peggy is here. She said, I own a property in Arkansas. John Gwynn, 43 degrees and cloudy in Seattle. Is it anything other than cloudy in Seattle on a regular basis, John? I don't think so. Andrea Lynn, 81, is here. Good morning, Andrea. Christy B. from Hayesville, Kansas. Well, look who it is. Best Line Racing is here. And just a little hat tip to everybody. We are going to have a new sponsor on the show, and he happens to be with us today. He's not coming on today, but if you would, go over and follow Best Line Racing. And Perry's a good man. He's got good products, and we're going to be bringing them to everybody here in the near future. So Best Line Racing, give him a follow. Donna Fox is here. Towie Bixby. Good morning, Towie. Deb S. from Central Massachusetts. And the Squirrel Man himself, Brian, is here. Good morning, Brian. Chris Romano, Jenny, Jason Coon, Cindy Hayden, 59, Kathleen Garcia. Oh, my gosh. Rick Sr. said, I love some racing. Yeah, I think we all do. At least everybody on this screen anyway. Tina Kelly's here over on YouTube. Good morning, Tina. All right, so let's see here. Traveler, thank you for all the gifts. You're so sweet. Well, look who's there. Benji, 1959. Big Ben's here. Good morning, Ben. Exactly. And That's just for Ben. Exactly. Wendy, good morning, Wendy. Oh my goodness, everybody's piling in. I love it. Okay, let's see here. Alex, are you ready with some indices, sir?
A few moments later.
What was that?
So I'll play it again. Ready?
A few moments later.
Oh, why am I slow on the draw today?
A few moments later. No, not at all. S&P 500, ladies and gentlemen, is up 12 points to 6,825. Dow 30 is up 163 at 47,453. NASDAQ is up 109 at 23,385. Looking at the commodities market, crude oil down 50 cents at $58.82 a barrel. Gold was up this morning, but currently it is down $57 to $4,217 an ounce. Silver, however, is holding steady, 91 cents down at 58.24. Going to shorten up the cryptocurrency report just a little bit, but Bitcoin is currently up 6,379. That's 7% to 90,981. XRP is up 7%. That's 16 cents to $2.15. Ethereum is up 274 at $3,004. Looking at today's drops, there's a picture of a clock in a river, and it says, "Be ready, Anons, public awakening coming." Anons, why would we provide you with the date of the Pfizer release? Think logically. Another one says, "Justice." There's a picture of a clock and a pen, a watch and a pen. The time is 1:30 on the 2nd.
Interesting.
Tick, tick, tock.
Exactly. Let's see here. So, Pureblood Holly Johns just joined us. Good morning, Holly. Callie Bixby said from Topeka, Kansas. I'm not sure what that's about. Well, there she is, the star of the show, Lisa Maria. Good morning, Lisa. And of course, would we be starting our show with anything other than Brian posting squirrels in the chat? And now Sassy Minnesota girl. John Gwynn is saying, looks like steaks are going to be yummy. Uh-huh. Ho, ho, ho. For everybody who...
You got a whole lot of time before December 31st, buddy, at 11:59.
So for everybody who doesn't know, John Gwynn and Alex have a small bet on the side, a small wager. Alex thinks that gold is going to hit $5,000 an ounce before the first. John Gwynn does not think it's going to happen. So they bet a steak dinner on whether or not that's actually going to happen. So it's a wild and woolly ride.
I'm no mathematician, but there's a better chance of Alex getting 5,000 than James getting 1,000.
I
don't know, you guys. I'm telling you.
I'll just have James send the steaks to John. I win.
Yeah, that's right. Take the middleman right out.
But it's reported that J.P. Morgan Chase has taken all of their staff in the gold commodity trading department and ordered them all, including their families, to go to Singapore.
And isn't it interesting that the CME goes down after silver breaks $57? It's all related. I'm telling you guys. Get ready. Make sure your tray tables and your seat backs are in their up and locked position because we're about to take off. Lee is here.
There was
what's up?
There was another Q post that said December 2nd, 2018. Be proud. The world is about to change.
Seems like that's what we've been going through recently. Nut is here. Dana Mackey. Good morning, Dana. Let's see. We've got some trolls in the chat. Modest Matt is here. Good morning, Modest Matt. Earl Shannon's here over on YouTube. Good morning, gentlemen. 3 weeks on my ivermectin fenbendazole protocol and feeling better so far. Thank you all for the prayers. I think you're going in you're absolutely going in the right direction, Earl. The NIAID website, the NIH website, was suppressing that information for years, and now it's coming out. I'm so glad you're feeling better. Good morning. So glad you're feeling better. Tracy Fagan is here. Good morning, Tracy. Sassy Minnesota girl said, "That's a bedwetter." Ooh, look at that from Mary Lee Brown. That was nice, Mary Lee. Thank you. Charlie's here. Charlie, where have you been, young lady? It's about time you showed up. Glad you're here. All right. Paul Salas over on YouTube said, "Newsflash, the Home Depot changed its name to the Home Deport." Exactly. All right, Dave, do you have a report for us this morning?
I absolutely do this morning. Kind of a mixed board across the grain and cattle area. Corn is up 1 to 2. Soybeans are down 1 to 2. Wheat is up 1 to 3. Cattle is up 2.6%, and hogs are up 2.15%. For the USDA news, ICE reads have deterred foreign farm workers, but farmers hope to make hiring easier as it moves forward. So a lot of stuff happening, no doubt about it. News reports coming out on some help from the U.S. government coming out in the next couple of weeks, and a few other things. So we'll see how that shakes out.
Excellent. You know, Dave, you sound better when you have your headset on. Did you know that?
I do, but I had to switch phones because you were making fun of me because my little one's getting
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well,
headsets.
I mean, for the guy who just bought $600 worth of quarters to find $100 in silver, I think you need to.
That's
I
right.
think you need to cut loose and buy a new phone, Dave. What do you think?
You think I could go a few
Do you
more?
have- do you-
I bet.
Do you
I
have the
bet.
change from the first dollar you ever spent? I'm just wondering. Are you?
I do. I like to keep that around. It was 1972, in fact.
Exactly. Oh,
So as an Iowa person, I have a question. Something was brought to my attention by my lovely wife yesterday. Do you put sliced cheese on your apple pie?
No,
what?
I heard it's an Iowa thing.
no.
Sliced
No, that must be-
cheese on apple pie? Are you kidding me?
That's what I
The
said.
hell is wrong
I mean,
with people?
in Kansas, the people in the Midwest, they have to have cinnamon rolls with their chili.
Yeah.
What?
Have you guys ever tried taking Oreo cookies and dipping it in sour cream?
Hell
What the
no!
hell's
Don't mess
wrong with
my
you
Oreos.
people?
No,
Are you
come on.
serious?
Try it and get back
Oh
to me.
my God.
I did. No,
That's
no.
just
Milk
wrong
only.
on several levels, Dave. I'm sorry.
Milk
I agree
only.
wholeheartedly with it, but
Really?
Milk.
there's
Milk.
some, Sam's, there's some long winners here in the Midwest.
No kidding,
only.
dude. Cheese on apple pie, sour cream on Oreos. What the hell's going on there?
Look, Towie
Survive-
Bixby.
sur-
Towie Bixby just said, "I do the cheese on pie." Hell no.
Seriously? Wow. That's crazy. I don't know. Whatever. I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat, but I don't see it happening. for
Vanilla
me.
ice cream,
What's
please.
that?
Vanilla ice cream,
Yeah,
please.
exactly. My God.
You would-
Let's
you
see.
would think.
Fire Girl is here. Good morning, Fire Girl. Hey, Extreme Diecast just showed up. Pure Blood Holly John said, "Dave, get rid of your Motorola flip phone." Exactly. Time to upgrade, Dave. Oh, gosh.
she is.
Let's see. Benji1959 said, "Cheddar." Don't tell me, Ben. Please don't tell me. Oh, no, it wasn't Ben. It was Ben. Don't tell me you're putting cheese on your apple pies, Ben. We're going to have a long, serious talk about that.
Gary Murphy. I do the pie and the cheese. North Carolina. I'm out.
Yeah, wow, that's great. Look at Charlie with the sparklers. That's so cool. John Crystal's S, he said that's a Wisconsin thing. Really? God, when did the wheels actually come off in Wisconsin is what I want to know. Oh my God.
Potato chips and vanilla ice cream.
What?
Oh, now you're just
Okay, yeah,
making
they're
me
just pulling
upside
stuff
down.
out of their rear end now at this point.
That's Crystal's.
Oh, was it Crystal? Yeah. All right.
Hey,
Yeah, well.
now there's one I can get behind. Gary Murphy said beer and chocolate. Sir, you are absolutely correct on that one.
Oh boy. AJMCSJ just made it. He said, "Hello, I finally made it." Yes, where the heck have you been, young man? Glad you made it today. Beer on chocolate. God, how the hell does that happen? I don't get it.
Dude, chocolate. Get the dollar chocolate bars that the kids used to go around the doors knocking and selling. That and beer, milk chocolate and beer, buddy.
Oh,
I'm
that reminds me. Do you remember the other day when we were all talking about cowboy candy? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd never tried.
get it?
What's that?
Did you
No.
get it?
So one of our viewers, one of our community, reached out to me, and she's sending me her homemade cowboy candy. And she just sent me the tracking number yesterday, I think it was. So it's on its way. But I can't believe I'm going to try something called cowboy candy.
Fantastic.
Wow, I don't know, whatever. I'm stoked to just try it though. Let's see. Full Metal Jacket's here, and he said, "Is everyone pregnant?" Exactly. That's got to be the only answer, Mental. I'm telling you. My gosh, that is crazy. Okay, here's another one. People are off the rails now. Towie Bixby said, "Bologna ground up with peanuts and pickle relish." Oh my god.
She's definitely pregnant.
She's
definitely
Towie,
pregnant.
I think you might be expecting. I don't know. Holy smokes. That is crazy. Some of these recipes are just a crack up. Hey, Sue B just made it. Good morning, Sue. All right, here. James, after all of that frivolity, are you ready for a military report, sir?
I am. I just never expected to have a dietary discussion like this morning, but I do appreciate Sassy Minnesota Girl and her new vocabulary.
Yeah.
So that was awesome, by the way.
That was from Charlie.
So today we're going to talk.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So today we're going to talk about the United States Army Apache helicopter, the United States AH-64E model. I was in. It was the A model, the first ones. Is continuing to develop its ability to detect and destroy enemy aerial drones. In a recent live fire exercise, they used a V6 software package that will further enhance the Apache qualifications as a drone hunter. The exercise was called Operation Fly Swatter. The drones were taken out of with laser-guided missiles, laser-guided rockets, and 30-millimeter cannon. The scorecard, 13 of 14. That's pretty good. The Link 16 platform is shining. The sensor-to-shooter timeline is reduced. Link 16 is not only shared within the crew, but with also with other Apaches in the area. It's basically networking. When drones are located, a group of Apaches can prosecute them by using an array of weaponry, whether it's a 30-millimeter chain cannon. I want to say the other three-letter word, but I don't want to get kicked off. The Stinger missiles, Hellfire missiles, and 2.75-inch folding fin aerial rockets.
Wow.
So they're developing too. The Apaches it's such a unique platform. They said that one Apache helicopter could have won the Battle of the Bulge.
Wow. Yeah, well, it wouldn't surprise me. Well, thank you, James. Great report. All right, this is getting out of hand here now. Brian said, on an English muffin with crunchy peanut butter and cheese? What is wrong with you people? There has got to be something going on here. There must be something in the water. I don't know. Hey, Hitesh just made it. Hi, Hits. Glad you can make it, brother. All right, so let's see here. Let's move into our first story. After all of this, and I use the term loosely, mouth-watering recipes that everyone's been sharing. All right, let's see. U.S. military F-16 jets intercepted a civilian aircraft Saturday that entered temporarily restricted airspace over Palm Beach, Florida, near President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. Now, this was according to NORAD. James, how serious is that?
Actually, no-fly zones are anytime President Trump is at Mar-a-Lago. They have that no-fly zone. NORAD said to date this year, there's been 40 tracks of interest and more than 20 violations since January 2025. This particular incident happened at 4:20 Eastern time on Saturday. The F-16 flew by, threw some flares out in the air, got the pilot's attention, then they escorted him to the ground. And when you do something like that, they're not only gonna land with you, but you're gonna be greeted by probably Secret Service, and they're gonna look into who you are, what you're doing, why you were there. It's a pretty serious thing. At least 5 in this last week have violated airspace at Mar-a-Lago.
Wow. Dave?
Well, it's the biggest issue that it's 2.5 miles away from the airport. And that's why it's happening a lot around that. And that hasn't been, what'd you say, 20 sometimes, James, on that?
40 tracks of interest, but 20 violators this year alone. And it's a common thing. It's prior flight planning has mostly to do with it. Air traffic has something else to do with it too.
You imagine being out in your Cessna and an F-16 comes alongside? Now that would be more than a
Yeah,
red
no
wire.
kidding. James, don't they call that a TFR, a temporary fly?
Temporary flight rules.
Yeah, exactly. You know who, as I know all you guys know, but MonkeyWorks covers a lot of that on a regular basis. And I think there's a permanent TFR or TFI, I don't know what it's called, over Mar-a-Lago, isn't there?
Oh,
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
thought that's what he had said at one point. This is going back a couple of years. Oh my God, we might have to rename the channel today to the Food Network, because now we have AJM CSJ saying peanut butter on sloppy joes. You have got to be kidding me. Wendy J said Chips Ahoy cookies layered with Lay's chips between two pieces of bread. The best. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. That's crazy talk. It's absolute crazy talk.
Sam Shahoo's
I know. If we put all these into a book, nobody would believe it. Oh my.
You've missed your
Oh
call.
my gosh. All right. Let's see. I got to compose myself here. Let's move. Oh, Alex, did you? I know. Did I get you on that one, Alex? Sorry.
No. FAFO, don't fly by Mar-a-Lago.
No shit. No kidding. Excuse me. No kidding. All right. So let's move on. Charlie, blackberry jam on a hamburger. Seriously? Okay, you guys have just got to be making this stuff up now. There's just no way. Sherry, French fries dipped in ice cream? Are you? Is it because I live in California and sassy Minnesota girl, peanut butter on scrambled eggs? Now, from a low carb, high protein perspective, I could see that, but it's got to taste like terrible. John Gwynn, ground beef, banana, and cinnamon. Okay, you guys are completely off the rails. I think you're pulling my leg now. That's just exactly. Holy smokes. All right, moving on. Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, says more documents exposing Barack Obama and his leadership role in the Russiagate hoax are going to be released to the American people this week. That's why I named today's dispatch is Obama on deck. Alex, what do you think?
100%. 100%. All roads lead to Obama. The things that transpired during this whole debacle will be written about in the history books.
100%, I agree. Dave?
I think it's coming. You know, I've been wavering back and forth between Hillary and Barack. Hillary and Barack. Maybe they'll both be cuffed together and walking in some orange together as they
Perp
go.
walking them. Exactly. James?
That's right.
Admiral Crandall's already handled the problem.
Yeah, I believe most of them are under submission or have been dealt with already. But again, we'll have to wait and see how they optically play it out. Hey, Magic just showed up. Hey, Magic. Glad you could make it. Okay, here's one. Dana Mackey said French fries and tartar sauce. Okay, that's doable. French fries and tartar sauce. I could see that. Deb S. Ketchup on scrambled eggs. Come on, of course, everybody does that. Or anybody that eats ketchup. Crystal Zesky, fries and ice cream. Oh my God, Nutty 81, pickles wrapped in sour apple fruit roll-up with tahini. Are you kidding me? Rick Cedar said, I'm calling BS on the above. Exactly. There we go, Dave. That's a perfect example. Holy smokes. Lisa Maria, we might have to start a whole new book for, what would we even call it? Strange recipes? I don't know. JP Metal Slayer, fried ham and cheese dipped in raspberry jam. Come on, you guys. Holy smokes. Jolyn, fried green tomatoes covered with maple syrup. Holy smokes. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm in California. I don't know. We don't have any of that stuff here. Oh, hey, before I forget, everybody, if you're on TikTok, share this show out. We're trying to break the algorithm. For some reason, they put us in timeout or who knows what. But please share the show out if you would. Hey, Martini Time just showed up. Hey, Martini Time, or at least I just saw you now. Glad you could make it.
Sam, it all started with steaks and sweet corn.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, dude, that corn and those steaks were some of the best food I've ever put in my mouth. Nope, bar none. I don't know if because the beef came from out there versus what we get here, but
Grass-fed cattle.
my
It's
gosh,
amazing.
it was absolutely like butter. I couldn't believe it. All right, now I'm completely off. Hey, Richard Pacente just showed up over on YouTube. Hey, Richard, glad you could make it, brother. All right, let's see here. Did I get everybody on that last one? I was so hell bent on reading these. Oh, here we go. This ought to be a good one. Hitesh, who I believe is Indian, from India, said, Sam, Rocky Mountain oysters cooked in Indian curry with naan bread. Well, now that I could get into. Yeah. I mean, I don't believe I've ever had Rocky Mountain oysters, but I love Indian food. I don't know. Alex, did you want to say something?
Going back to the previous topic, put a 1 in the chat if you think it's going to be Barack. Put a 2 in the chat if you think it's going to be Hillary.
All right, let's see what 1 is Barack,
Back
2
and
is
forth.
going to be Hillary for the first arrest. Let's see what everybody says. Benji 1959 said 1. Jan loving being grandma 1. Boogie B 1. Sean T 1. Dragon Man 1. Wendy J 1. Brian 3. Of course, Brian. Exactly. Real Alex 3, of course. Rick Senior 1. Deb M 2. Doug Rice 1. Mary Lee Brown 1. Kathy Lofton 1. PJ Party, of course, both 3. Another 3. Extreme Diecast 1. Christy B 1. Laffy Rocks 1. Joe Lynn 2. Sue B 2. Lee 2. Nutty 81 1. Wendy 1. Charlie BB. Oh, BB Netanyahu. That's a good one. Pure Blood Holly Johns 1. USMC Mom 1. Crystal Zeski 2. Hopefully 1 also. Yeah, exactly. Donna Fox 1. Martini Time 1. Teresa Faria Contractor 1. Bayern 2. Wow. Weezer 1.
See, I'm inclined. I think 1s have it, and I'm inclined to agree with 1s because if we're following what the board says that it will shock the world, I think it's much more of a shock to the world if it's the Barack than if it's the Rodham.
JP Metal Slayer 1. Andrea Lynn 1. Hits 1. John Gwynn 2. Crystal Zeski 17. Exactly. It's all 17, Crystal. Dana Mackey 2. Kathleen Garcia 2. Her subpoena is for December 12th or 13th. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Martini Time said method to madness. Oh, I don't know what that means. Just like Beth Dutton, Obama, Hillary is gone. Yeah, I believe a lot of these are gone. It's body doubles, or if it is the originals, they're under submission. But I agree with you on that. So something had just crossed my mind, and now I just lost my train of thought on what it was. Oh well, it's gone. Huh?
Tina Keller.
Alex, can't hear you.
He's getting a phone call.
Democrats.
What was that? Couldn't hear that.
Tina Kelly over on YouTube said all.
Yeah,
the Democrats.
exactly.
Eventually.
Right. Ozzy Crosby over on YouTube said, I don't think either will be held accountable. I think they've already been held accountable. We just haven't seen it optically roll out yet, Ozzy, but that's just my opinion. All right. Well, let's see here. Teresa Faria Contractor said, are you getting old, Sam? I'm not getting old, Teresa. I am old. Okay. Let's just clear that up right now. All right. David Morales said, the Russians, I'm late. Yes, you are late, young man. That's all right. As long as you're here, David. All right. Let's see. So according to Zero Hedge and multiple sources, Michael Saylor, who owns the company Strategy, he's the CEO. They have been a Bitcoin hodling company. Well, they have now set up a $1.4 billion cash reserve, and they've increased their Bitcoin holdings to 650,000 Bitcoin that they control. Now, this is, I forget the term, Alex, of what they call a company that hodls like he does. There's a term for it.
Whales.
No, but no,
Whales.
what's that?
Whales.
Yeah,
same
no,
thing.
it's a different term. I can't remember what it's called now. But anyway, we're seeing other companies do this as well, not just Strategy. What do you think, Alex?
I mean, there's money coming from all kinds of directions at the crypto market. Not necessarily crypto related, but Michael Dell pledged to pump $6 billion into Trump's newborn. Where do you think that money's coming
Well,
from?
and I think, that's a good point. I have that on my schedule for tomorrow's show. But real quick, do you think for a second that Michael Dell, out of the goodness of his heart, is going to donate $6 billion? Obviously not. He's under submission. And how many CEOs have we seen do similar things, not only here in America, but around the world? They have been told they have took money nefariously, in my opinion, and they're being forced to give it back in ways that are not quite as obvious. And that's just my opinion. Dave, what do you think?
Well, it's the same thing for the big, beautiful ballroom. Meta and all those guys are donating money, or is all that. So, like you said, it's an arm twist. They have no choice. They got to move
100%.
forward.
James, what do you think about the whole Sailor strategy?
Actually, I'm surprised that they choose Bitcoin instead of XRP, to be honest with you. And it's not just because I'm a super fan. It's just because of the utility. Bitcoin started out as it was supposed to be drug runner money. It was supposed to be money that was hid and used in bad ways. And now that they have XRP, something that's more of a utility tool, you would think that they would want to go to that instead.
Exactly.
But Bitcoin is over $40,000 under what it eventually hit. I feel like there is so much upside to that. It's insane.
Exactly. 100%. Oh, I remember what I was going to say, everybody. When James just said superfan, it just triggered my memory. So I've gotten a lot of messages from a lot of people that are part of our community. I don't know what's going on with the subscriptions on TikTok. What you have to do is you have to go in and you have to claim super fan status. They've changed it all up. I think there's a glitch in the algorithm, but there's several hundred people that have become subscribers, and half of them are not being recognized as subscribers. So I don't know really what to do other than go in and make sure that you're super fan status, or go in there and see what it says, because I'm getting all kinds of messages every day from people about this subscription thing, and I don't know what to make of it. Alex, do you have any ideas?
I think everybody should cancel their TikTok subscriptions and go subscribe over on YouTube or Rumble.
Well, I mean, they can do that, but I don't know what the heck is going on with TikTok. I think it's a change that they made, and they're not admitting that they screwed up.
They've made all kinds of changes lately. Like when you're flipping through lives, like if I'm trying to watch the Daily Dispatch, at the bottom a button pops up saying interested in follow. I'm already following.
Oh, yeah, so they must be changing stuff up. Yeah, that's weird.
I vote we go Rumble only.
Oh, so here we go. Here's another recipe over on YouTube.
Oh, no, don't read it,
RB60. He's a friend of mine, Randy. We've been friends for literally over 30 years. He said mayo on Meat Lover's pizza. Oh, I'm sorry. I cannot get behind that one, but I know he's been eating that for years. Not something I'm going to be jumping on here anytime in the near future.
Right. What was his name again?
SoCal RB60. Randy.
You're fired.
You're fired. Exactly. Exactly. Not going to happen, Randy. But thanks for sharing. Let's see here. Oh, God. Tim Shaw 707. My wife eats mayo with mashed bananas. Dear God, get her help, Tim. Quickly. She needs help. Oh, my gosh. All right. Well, let's move on here. So, oh no, it's sponsor time, isn't it? Yeah. It is.
11:34.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's do a sponsor break here real quick. So we have Mike Lindell, MyPillow. Mike is running all kinds of specials. If you use the discount code SAM, you'll get huge discounts. Mike can use our business. If you need sheets or pillows or anything else that Mike offers, go to mypillow.com, use the discount code SAM, and let's help Mike get over the hump that he's been on. Secondly, we have Neil Naturopathic, the only chemical-free, toxin-free hair care products in the world today that I'm aware of. Go to neilnaturopathic.com, use the discount code SAM20, and you'll get 20% off your order. And then, of course, Dr. Peter Glidden. Dr. Glidden took the time to have a special community display for us this weekend. There were some technical issues, and I understand I got a lot of messages about the people couldn't get to it, but I've reached out to Dr. Glenn. We've been texting back and forth. We're going to figure out what went wrong and get it fixed for the next time. But if you go to my website, tap on Dr. Glidden's button, it'll take you to his website. You can join his membership and ask him any question you can possibly think of. Use the code SAM and you'll get a 30% discount. And then Alex, right alongside with health and wellness, meditation.
And the link is in my bio to the book that I wrote and published, The Easy Road to a Peaceful Mind. It's a beginner's guide to a life-changing meditation. If you purchase before the end of the year, I will donate an hour of my time to walk through and do a special meditation with you and help you with any questions that you may have.
Excellent. Thank you, Alex. Thank you. All right, let's see here. Moving on. So Melissa Hallman she has a profile called Connecting Anons. She does fantastic work. In fact, we have been messaging back and forth. She's going to come on the show as a guest. She's a really sharp young lady. Anyway, she posted yesterday, and I use her stuff on a regular basis, but Melissa posted that President Trump's advanced imaging results were released yesterday. The latest cardiovascular MRI shows he's in excellent health and there are no acute or chronic concerns. Dave, what do you give us your 2 cents on it?
Well, all you can say is, compared to, this is the same doctor that said Biden was okay, right? The lady that was worried prior to this, right? So comparing that doctor, it's not surprising that Trump's in decent health. I mean, he's 80 years old too, almost 80 years old. So it is what it is, And listen, that guy, just look at his Truth Social post last night. I was trying to go to bed and he kept dinging because Trump kept sending out Truth Socials last night. I'm like, please, President Trump, just go to bed so I can lay down and not look at the next one. And by the time I woke up this morning, he already had sent 2 or 3 out.
Don't be rude.
Yeah, exactly. James?
There's nothing wrong with President Trump. I mean, everybody hopes there is, or not everybody, but there's a group of people in this country that hope that he fails or has some kind of major catastrophic medical issue. But he's not going anywhere. He's healthy. He's got a good staff that takes care of him, and he ain't going away anytime soon.
100%, I agree. Alex?
Quite frankly, just ask Melania. I can still outperform any president, past, present, and future. Just ask the first lady.
Exactly. Lisa Maria said mayonnaise is yuck. Exactly. I couldn't agree more. I mean, I just don't like mayonnaise. Now, I have made natural mayonnaise myself in the past. Haven't done it in a long time, but that is okay because it's got egg whites and it's got good things. But the stuff you buy in the store, not going to happen. Tally Bixby said, I bought a lot from Mike Lindell, all great products and inexpensive too. 100%. Yeah, you guys give Mike the business. He can use our help. Karen Cruz from Arizona just popped in. Hey, Karen Cruz. Kathy Lofton said, do you say we could see the live later and how? Yes. So when we do our lives here on TikTok, they're being simul-streamed onto X, Rumble, YouTube, and Facebook. So they get help. You can go back and access those lives, but you can do it only on Rumble, YouTube. Facebook holds them for maybe a month or so, but then they get rid of them. So Rumble, YouTube, and X, they're on there for probably a year, or if not more, if not indefinitely. But those are the replays.
If she was referring to the Dr. Glidden replay, you can still click on the link on Dr. Glidden's site and put the password in and watch Saturday's Q&A session, if that's what you were talking about, just so everybody.
She just said, could you see the live later? Could be that. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, those are the two options there. Let's see here. Hey, Free to Be Me just showed up. Hey, Free. Martin's WB said Duke's mayonnaise is the best. I've never even heard of Duke's mayonnaise. Doug Rice said maybe we should all eat Big Macs. Yeah, not going to happen, Doug. Not a chance, dude. No way. Kissing Bandit and Lipstick just showed up. Hey, Tire Man's here. And Wendy J. John Langloy's here as well. Wow, I missed this whole holy smokes. Thank you, everybody, for all the gifts. And my apologies for not seeing you sooner. I don't know what the heck. Sean NZ said, what are we talking about? We're talking about everything. We're talking about strange food combinations, and we're talking about Obama, and we're talking about, you name it, we're talking about it today. Oh, the Trump train, John Gwynn. The Trump train. I love it. Wendy21 just showed up. Hey, Wendy. Brian with the squirrels. I know, Brian. I know. Did I get everybody on that last one? I did.
Yes.
Okay, good. We are just on a roll today, so I have no idea what, just call me out if I'm not. So Zero Hedge stated yesterday that vaccine stocks dropped after the FDA had a memo that linked COVID shots to child deaths. Now, this is a big deal, and there's more that came out today that I'm going to report on tomorrow, and because it's coming out all day today. But this is a big deal, you guys. This is something that I have fought personally for since the late 80s, or fought against since the late 80s when I was involved with the National Vaccine Information Center. It is so encouraging to see so much of this coming out now in a way that is undeniable. Alex, what do you make of it?
I'm going to refrain from saying too much in an effort to maintain the integrity of my account, but it's about damn time.
Exactly. Did you get some other kind of warning after the show or something yesterday?
I got to be careful what I say on
Okay.
here.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what the hell's going on with TikTok, but James, what do you think?
Don't be scared, Alex.
Yeah, take it from James,
There you
man.
go.
How many times you've been booted off, James? Exactly.
Once or twice. So major stocks like Pfizer, GSK, Sanofi, Moderna, BioNTech, and Novavax. If you watch any of those on the ticker, you can see that their stock took a major shit yesterday, and it's I'm not scared.
I know you're not. Your track record proves that. But sorry, go ahead.
Not financial advice, but do not buy the dip.
But those, if you want to watch those 5-6 major companies, you'll be able to see it. And it's the narrative has been some time now against the vax, and especially since everything happened with COVID, you would think their stock would naturally be down. But it's just like Campbell's soup. It took the CEO to come out and say something bad about their soup, and then it really went down. But who eats that shit anyway? It's just like vaccine. Who needs it? I'm not ever taking another vaccine anyway.
I've never taken one other than when I was a child, ever. And I think we got 3 when I was a kid or something like that.
Sam, the most interesting thing about being in the military way back then, I mean, we're talking the late 70s is when I went in. You know how they worry about syringes and not being careful what you do with it? Well, back when I was in the service, you'd get in a line of about 400 or 500 soldiers, and everybody got hit with the same needle.
Yeah, exactly. I know, it's crazy. So here's a little story. I think I've talked to you guys about this before, but my brother, Dr. Mike, God rest his soul, his son, my nephew Gabe, who is an absolute stud. He just sent me a new picture of himself yesterday. He's about 6 feet tall. He weighs 266 pounds and's got 18-inch arms. He is in rocking good shape, right? Well, he'd always wanted to be a Navy SEAL. So now this is my brother's, Dr. Mike's son. So he never got any vaccines ever, his entire growing up, right? Not one. So he goes into the Navy. He goes into boot camp, or whatever they call it for the Navy SEALs. I think it's boot camp. And they started loading him up with vaccines. And he had never had one in his life before. It almost killed him. He got an honorable discharge because he couldn't function. And that, bless you, Alex. But that's an example of this craziness that we have with vaccines, and it's all getting exposed now. It's so wonderful to see. We had,
So I've got about 10 people that I know around the area. It's like, oh, we're having blood clots here, and we're having heart issues, and we've got this happening. And I'm looking at them, I'm like,
well,
I mean, that happens naturally, but do you notice the uptick, guys? Like,
Kathleen
Kathleen
Garcia said, my woke family still lines up for their booster. I pray they'll wake up. So, Kathleen, I have family members as well that are all in on the Western medicine. And, I've learned over time that I have my perspective and they have theirs. And even though I want to communicate to them, and I do when I'm able, it's up to them. Everybody has their own choice. They all get to make their own choices when it comes to their health and wellness. And I've learned through trial and error over almost 40 years that all you can really do is pray for them and hope for the best, because there's not much more you can do about it. Rick Sr. said, Alex, you better only give your name, rank, and serial number just to play it safe. Hey,
Isn't it amazing, Sam, when they get the flu vaccine, they're sick for 2 to 3 days after? Like, isn't that a sign?
well, and I have one family member who got the jab and within several weeks was in the hospital with heart issues. And she's had multiple things happen over the last few years. I believe it's from the jabs. She doesn't think so. So again, that's her choice. I love her. I'll, whatever I can do to help, but it's out of my hands. I can only give my opinion, and she gets to make up her own choice. Hey, Valerie James just made it. There we are. Kathleen Garcia said no shingles. No, I don't take any of that crap. None of it. Jason Tariff, you are lib mom, said, wow, that's a mouthful. Me either. My last flu shot was in 1999 through work, made me very sick for 3 days. Exactly. And Sassy Minnesota Girl said no mammograms or colonoscopies either. 100% I agree. Mammograms have been proven to cause cancer. And maybe we can talk to Dr. Glidden about that on Friday. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Sassy. Chris Romano said, my father got the shot and now he has cancer in his spine. I'm so sorry to hear that, but it's not surprising. It's not surprising. Marcus WB said, my stepdad went down after the jab. He was so afraid of C-19. I know. And I know dyed-in-the-wool patriots, absolute red-blooded patriots that fell for it and did it. And now most of them are regretting that they did it, but you're not the only one that has family members. Martin, sorry to hear that, brother. Hey, Bobby's here. Hey, Bobby. Glad you could make it. All right, so let's move on. According to Zero Hedge, Iran captured another tanker in the Strait of Hormuz for, quote, fuel smuggling. James, are we going to have any military action after that?
I think it's already probably done. They might have blown him off the water by now. Pirating is something that's going to take place over there until we're actually heavier in presence, but it's an act of war.
Yeah, 100%. Dave?
Well, it's interesting. That's I think that they did one in November also. So it's we'll see what happens. I mean, obviously we can't have them controlling the Straits of Hormuz over there. So we'll see how we play a role in that too.
David Morale said in the UK, live COVID inquiry module 9 ongoing. Economic response, more info on the official website. Module 10 due on impact on society. I'm not sure what that is. Is it a study that they did, David? He said it's informed choice should be 5 years on. Huh, Alex?
It's it's a report that they're doing over there, and very much in line with what will hopefully produce a Nuremberg 2.0.
Gotcha.
As far as pirates pirating oil, when you look at the shambles that the world economy is currently in, hopefully we're on the rebound. Yeah, you're seeing an uptick in a lot of different criminal activities, and the buying and selling of oil that's either stolen from the ground or off of trucks or now tankers. We're probably going to see an uptick in it for a while, but we, like Dave said, we can't have the Straits of Hormuz being controlled by non-allies.
Yeah, exactly. Going back to this last story, Christy B said, I lost a brother and a sister to the jab. I'm so sorry to hear that, Christy. They took my brother's life as well. Dr. Mike with remdesivir. I'm so sorry to hear that. Betty said, I lost many family members. Yes, exactly. John Gwynn said, you can lean a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. 100% I agree.
Maybe he wanted a carrot.
Chris Romano said, my stepson and my grandson's other grandfather died from the shot. So sorry to hear that. Yeah. Kissing Bandit Lipstick said, my last flu shot was 1972. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now, of course, Brian said, I give my fiance her mammograms. I'm sure you do, Brian. I'm sure you do.
I had a mammogram comment, but I refrained. So thank you, Brian.
Exactly. Tim Shaw 707 said, I told my boss they would have to fire me before I take the jab. Good man. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, right. Let's see here. Hey, Pat's here. PJ Militich said, I'm on the road and listening in. Well, next time you're around, Pat, come on in, join us, man. The water's nice. All right, let's see here. Oh, JP Metal Slayer said, I lost a brother because of the jab. God, I'm so sorry to hear that, JP. Same with me. Same with me. All right, well, let's see. Let's move on here. Wow, everybody's. Wow. Wendy J said they tried to vent my friend who had no symptoms of a cold or anything. I know. I mean, what other point in time would they say that there's no symptoms, but you have it? I mean, my God, it's just, well, it's also a statement about how willing people are to listen to things that just aren't true. But we're coming out of it. We're John Gwynn said James is setting up a free mammogram business in Thailand. Oh, John, that's a good one. That's good. Then we're gonna have to make a story about that. Exactly.
Although Thailand is probably not the place to set
No,
up.
probably not.
No,
No.
I'm gonna vote Sweden.
Ooh, yeah. There you go.
There you
I
go.
like that idea.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe the Norway.
Yeah. David Morrell said, CAT scans, MRIs, can someone please get a better prostate test? Exactly. But again, I'm not a proponent of any of that stuff. I believe if you exercise, eat right, take your supplements. Oh, and that's the other thing. I had a lot of people ask me about my supplements. If you go to samshalhoub.com, click on the button that says get my supplements. That's where you order them from. And if you have questions, you can reach out to me, but it's Beyond Tangy Tangerine, Ultimate Osteo FX, and Ultimate EFAs. Those are the ones that I take. So again, that's where you go to get it. All right, let's see here. Moving on. All right, this is a big one, you guys. The $11 trillion fund, Alex. I always cracks me up when he leads in and he's looking at me. I'm like, oh, shit, was there something on my shirt? Anyway, the $11 trillion Vanguard fund is finally going to allow clients to access Bitcoin ETFs starting today. This is according to Bloomberg. Now, we've got Saylor hodling 650,000 Bitcoin. We've got Vanguard, JP Morgan, BlackRock, all of them getting in on this. James, what do you make of it?
Well, it's the tide is going that way. Everybody said, get on the train before it leaves the station, and big companies are not any stranger to making that kind of a commitment. I'm surprised it's Bitcoin and not XRP.
Well, but again, XRP may be part of that equation. It just hasn't come to that point yet. Right. And again, there are so many experts that talk about, when this is going to happen or when that's going to happen, and at Bitcoin this and XRP that. And the reality is, I don't think anybody has any idea. But if you use logical deduction, logical inference, you can realize that something's happening. And it's happening in a way that I think we're going to see significant change. Well, I think we already have seen significant changes. But just like Alex was talking about with, who was it, Alex, that sent their people to Hong Kong? JP Morgan.
JP Morgan.
Exactly. So, and what's the phrase that you always like to talk about, Alex, where they argue with you first and then they legislate it, or what is that?
Well, that's just the cycle, right? They attack it, then they sue it, and then they legislate it, and then they adopt it.
Yeah, exactly.
But JP Morgan's running scared is what the deal is
exactly.
there.
Yeah, that's totally different. But with regards to, is it coincidental that the day that these very large institutions say, "Oh, okay, all right, we acquiesce. We're gonna let everybody go ahead and start using us to get in and do what they want to do," which this is not new. They're previously Wells Fargo and others, when they started to crack that door open, they said, "Oh, well, if you have a portfolio with us of over, $50 million, then we'll allow you to." But coincidentally, on the same day that they announced that, Bitcoin is currently up $6,400 per
Yeah,
coin.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it begs
And you
the
gotta
question:
realize-
did they do whatever they did to drive it down so they could buy more at a lower price? Dave?
And it's a weekly event. We talk about another company, another bank, another thing involving Bitcoin and crypto. It's coming. It's here. And it's a pretty good deal right now at 91,000.
It really is.
So, I mean, ultimately it is.
And I've been taking advantage of that myself. 100%, I agree.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. So let's see, where are we at? 110,000 likes. You guys are awesome. Just incredible. Okay, so we're going to sign off on X, YouTube, Facebook, and Rumble. I'm still getting messages every time we play the YMCA over on those platforms, specifically YouTube. I get a check mark or a red flag or whatever they call it. But anyway, so we're going to sign off over there. Thank you, everybody, for joining us over on those platforms. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9.